welcome back. One final point before we go tonight. A new poll shows for the first time in 8 years, more Democrats think positively of socialism than capitalism. According to this new Gallup poll, 57% of Democrats have a positive view of socialism, while only 47% of Democrats have a positive view of capitalism. So what I'm going to do tonight, in the next 3 minutes, is debunk the idea that socialism works. I'm going to tell you why everything the left and the mainstream media tell you about socialism is false. Here we go. Number one, where in the world has socialism ever worked? I can list a litany of countries who've tried socialism. In Cuba, you have to bring your own light bulbs and blankets to the hospital in their acclaimed universal healthcare system. The elite in Cuba fly to Western nations like Spain for healthcare. In Venezuela, there's no food to eat. People are starving. People on average have lost 20 pounds each in the past year due to lack of food. The government in Venezuela has taken over 1,800 private businesses. If you criticize the government in Venezuela, you're shot. The president of Venezuela, Maduro, admitted his system of economics is the reason for the collapse of the nation. In the Soviet Union, people ate shoes to stay alive. In the United Kingdom's pseudo-socialist government-run healthcare system, government bureaucrats decide who lives and who dies. In the past year, we have seen government bureaucrats condemn 3 babies to death. And the closest thing we have to socialism right here in the United States, the government-run Veterans Affairs Hospital, veterans literally die on secret waiting lists, waiting for care that they never get. In the Scandinavian nations, the Democrats love to praise for their democratic socialism, have turned back to capitalism as the socialist policies have threatened to tank their economies. That is reason number one. Reason number two, what's going to stop so-called democratic socialism from turning into regular old socialism? There is no difference. It's just different parts of the same spectrum. And once the democratic socialist government runs out of money, they are quickly going to head towards the other side of the spectrum. Regular old socialism where government seizes control of everything. And that brings us to reason number 3. Who's going to pay for all that free stuff? Free healthcare, free housing, free college education, free guaranteed minimum wage, free guaranteed employment. If we get that money from taxing the rich, what happens when the rich run out of money? Well, then we tax the kind of rich until they run out of money. Then you hit the middle class until they run out of money, and soon everybody is equally poor. So reason number 4, why on earth would we want that here? Young people fall for the promises of free stuff because it sounds comfy and cushy, and liberal politicos tell us it's fair, but it's not. Look at history. Google Cuba, Google Venezuela, Google Bernie Sanders' website where he praised Venezuela as doing a better job with the American dream than America. Bernie Sanders posted that article just 7 years ago. Look at Venezuela now. Then Google how many people have exited poverty thanks to the free market and capitalism. The answer to that is billions of people. Just in the 21st century alone, 700 million people have exited deep poverty thanks to capitalism. That's just in the past 18 years. Google the innovations capitalism has enabled, the life-saving medical treatments, the smartphone you're holding right now. Look around the room where you're sitting and count how many innovations were created under a socialist regime, and then count how many were invented in a free market system. And then let me know if your positive view of socialism versus capitalism has changed. And that is my final point. You can reach me on Twitter at Liz_Wheeler. If you liked the show, please send me an email at oann.com/contact. In the meantime, catch us here tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. And until then, have a good night.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.